Welcome to my YouTube channel, House Plan Today Drawing. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to draw a floor plan in Archicad. Alright, so when you guys open your new project in Archicad, you're going to be having this white space here with all this west elevation, north elevation, east elevation, and south elevation. So you can decide to draw inside here, or you can decide to draw outside. I don't know, it's your choice, but you can draw inside here, there's no problem with that. And what you want to do is you want to set up your wall. Walls are always 225, or depending on the kind of wall you guys want to use for your drawing. So to set up your wall, go to this design here, just click on the design here. You're gonna see this wall tool, click on the wall, then come here and click on the settings dialog here. So select on the settings dialog. Now select this first one, this first icon, select it and come here and change this one to be 225. Because this way we are going to change the wall thickness. Okay, now click on OK. Now you set up your wall. Now what you want to do next now is draw the plan. Okay, so now I'm going to start teaching you guys how to draw the plan. So when you click, right, then drag it out and click, then click again. You already make a particular wall. Okay, now for you to continue drawing, you can just click here, stretch it down again, and click, and you've already made two walls like this. So let's keep on drawing. Alright, now I want to give a dimension from here to here, which I want to allow it to be 3075. Okay, now for me to do that, and before I actually continue doing this, I want to go and set up my unit for this drawing. For you to set up your measurement, your unit, click on options, go to projects and preferences, click on working unit, and you can come here and select the unit you want to use. As you can see, Archicad has set it to millimeters automatically. You can come here and set it to meter. Right, you can use all of these: fractional inches, decimal feet, and decimal inches, all of this. Alright, but I'm going to go with millimeters. Alright, then for all this other one too, you can come here and change it to your own preference. Alright, actually to your own preference, just the way you want. Okay, now I'm going to click on OK, and I want to come here. Now for me to select, I want to give a distance of 3075. Okay, now for me to give that distance, I'm going to hover my cursor here. I'm going to allow it to load, as you can see, and move it to this other side. Now you're going to see this transparent dotted line. Once you see the transparent dotted line, that means Archicad is requesting for you to give the dimension you want. Okay, now you're going to see as you're moving, the distance also increases, and when you come back, the distance also reduces. So now you want to give your dimension, the dimension that you want. I want mine to be 3075. So I'm going to type that and click enter, then stretch it down. I'm just going to stretch this down to this side here and click, then click again. Then if I want to check the distance between here and here now, I can press M on my keyboard and I'm going to get the measurement automatically. As you can see, it's 3075. But if you guys don't know the shortcut key, so to measure that, you're gonna click this and click this, then put it here. As you can see, it's 3075. Alright, we're not making any mistakes. So let's move on to the other aspect of the drawing. Now for you to continue drawing now, you can click on the wall tool again, over at this point, allow it to load and move it to this side. I want here to be 1175 mm. Click enter, and I'm going to stretch it down, double click again, and this side is already done already. Okay, now for this side also, I'm going to do the same thing. Over my cursor, you allow it to load, drag it like this. I'm going to give it 4575, click enter, and I'm going to stretch it down nicely like this, double click, and boom, you have your measurements that are accurate here. Now I don't need this wall for my drawing anymore, so I'm just going to hold down Control. When I hold down Control, you're going to see that this plus actually changes into a scissors. Now a scissors means you want to cut a particular wall. Just click the wall you want to remove and automatically it's going to cut away. Okay, now let's give a dimension of another wall here. So I'm going to, for a faster drawing, when you're drawing, you don't want to come back to the wall to anytime you want to draw, anytime you want to give your drawing, you don't have to come back to the wall tool. All you can just do is hold down Alt on your keyboard and select this wall. When you select the wall, automatically Archicad already sense that you want to use this particular wall again. So you can now over your cursor, you allow it to load, stretch it down. I want to give a distance of 3000 millimeters. Click enter, and you're gonna see that if this is actually disturbing you, just come here over your cursor here and just pick on it and just drag it to one corner there. Okay, now when you guys see that when I give a distance of 3000, as you can see, this is not going to give me 3000. As you can see where the darker line is, it's not going to give me a distance of 3000. If I'm going to click this, I'm going to be short of 30,000. Let me measure this by pressing M. I see I'm having 2775. Okay, now I'm going to delete this wall. All you just have to do is just click on the wall, right click on it and delete. Okay, now let me over the cursor on this and drag this down and write 3000 just the way I want. Click enter. Now for me to change where the wall is facing, I want to allow the wall to face outside instead of inside the room. So what I want to do next now is I'm going to come to this outside face. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to select inside face. When I select inside face, it's going to change back to the wall is going to move to the other side of the building. Okay, and I'm just going to stretch this and click this side. Okay, now when we come here and come and measure, when we measure this, you're going to see that this is going to be 3000 and it's accurate. Okay, so now I'm going to keep drawing. I want this to come outside a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to hold down Alt, select this wall over my cursor here, drag this out, and I want this distance to be 450. Click enter and stretch this down a little bit. I'm going to stretch it, double click on that, and I'm going to hold down Alt. I'm going to hold down Control. I'm going to hold down Control and cut this wall away, and I'm going to cut this side away too. If you want to stretch your wall, to meet this one now, just click on the wall. You're going to see this node along this blue line. Just click on the node here, click on it. You're going to see this icon, this box is going to pop up. So just make sure you're clicking on this stretch. So when you're clicking on the stretch, just drag this down to meet this one and click. Automatically it's going to just meet together. So I'm going to press Ctrl and cut this wall away. Okay, now I want to try and continue my drawing. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to click this wall, click this node here and just drag it down, then click. I'm going to hold down Ctrl, then cut this wall away. I don't want this room to be 3000 anymore because of my drawing. Okay, so if I also change this now, what I'm going to do is I want to actually increase this room size. I don't want to bother and spoil the work I already made here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select on these walls here, hold down Shift, select on this one, hold down, make sure it's still holding down Shift, select on this one too, then select on this one. Then what you want to do is right click. You're gonna go to this move and you're going to see drag. As you can see, the shortcut key has been added for you. You can see the Ctrl D, Ctrl E, Ctrl M. You want to mirror, you want to rotate, you want to drag a copy, you want to rotate a copy, you want to mirror a copy. So I want to drag now. So I'm going to click on this drag. Then once you click on the drag already, then click on this node, then move it down. Let's move it down by, I want to give a distance of 600, then click enter. Automatically it's going to shift to this other side. So I'm going to cut by holding down Control. I'm going to cut this wall away, click on this wall, click on this node, then drag it to meet this one, and it's going to be meshed together. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for this other one too, and boom, there you have it. Okay, so using Archicad is very easy when you're working. Okay, now let's try and continue the rest of our drawing. Let me just show you guys something that's also very useful when you're working in Archicad. When you select on the wall, yours might be having something like this at the beginning. Okay, you're going to be having something like this icon here. What this icon means, I'm going to show you what this icon means. So when you select on the wall and yes, you have this particular thing selected, what this means is that you can only draw a straight line, and that is it. So when you click and you click, you're done. Click, you're done. But if you want to change this now, you can hold down your cursor here and select this one here. What this one means is that you can form a chain drawing like this. Click, and you can just keep on doing this. Okay, this is what that one means. Okay, this is what this one means. This one, when you select on this one, you can click and form a circle. Okay, because of time, I'm not going to go into all these other ones, so we're going to keep using this one for now, because this one is always easier when you're working on our drawing. So just make sure you change. If you want to change, just hold down the cursor here and this is going to pop up, so you can just switch to any one you guys want to use here. So this one is actually preferable for drawing, so I'm going to click on that and I'm just going to highlight all this one and delete them. For you to highlight, click your mouse, drag it like this. When I mean click, I mean you left click and drag like this, highlight it, right click and delete. Okay, so that's how you're gonna do that. Now let's keep drawing. Make sure you're always checking your dimensions to make sure that you're actually making the right dimension. Okay, make sure you're not making the wrong dimension. So I'm just going to click on this and click on this node here. Sorry, I'm going to right click on this node here, or you can click on the node and select this drag, and I want to give it this another distance because I want this room to be bigger. So I'm going to drag this down and I'm going to add another 600 to it and click enter. So click this node here and make sure you're selecting stretch, then click it to merge to this one. So click M on your keyboard and try to measure this. So this one should be 5.7. Okay, now that's correct. So let's keep drawing our plan. Now I want to give a distance from here to here, so I'm going to hover my cursor here and make sure I'm following this transparent line, and I'm going to give distance to be 2764. Click enter, and I'm going to stretch it down to this other side here, then click. Now I'm going to make sure that I'm not making any mistake here because I want this side to be cut off. I'm just going to hold down Control and cut this part out. Okay, so I want to make sure this line is also continuing, so I'm going to click on this black node here. Make sure you're selecting stretch and just drag this down like this, click, and you're done. Okay, I'm going to cut this wall away, I'm going to cut this one too away, so I have this nice design like this. Okay, hold down Alt, select this one, and over my cursor I like to load and drag it down. I'm going to give it a distance of 4139. Click enter, and I'm going to select this one so that it's going to be inside. It's going to be what's going to come to this other side, and I'm going to give it a distance of 3300. Click enter, and I'm just going to move this down like this. So click, then click enter. Sorry, if you make a mistake, if you make errors like this, okay, in your drawing, so just press backspace on your keyboard. So it's just going to go back to the previous error you made. Okay, so just keep pressing backspace until you can can arrive at the right drawing you're actually going to make. So I'm going to hold down Alt over my cursor here and drag this one down like this and give 1442. Okay, I'm going to click enter, and I want to move this one to be outside here, and I'm going to give a distance of let's say 1825. Then click enter, then click again. So now one thing you guys should know is that you can literally make any kind of design in Archicad. So I want this wall to mesh to this one. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one away. I'm going to hold down control to cut this wall away. If it doesn't cut, if this wall doesn't cut, what you just need to do is come here and select this suspend group, select it, so press Ctrl again and cut this wall again, so it's just going to cut by itself. Okay, so click on this wall, click on this node and stretch it inside this one. Okay, and hold down Ctrl, cut this wall away, so you have this nice shape like this. Okay, so remember, keep in note that this is how to do this kind of design in Archicad. Okay, now for the design, I want this side to be like the dining. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the document tool here because I need a line, like kind of an arc. Okay, so I'm going to go to the document tool here. Remember, it's a document tool. Scroll and look for the line here. I don't see the line here. This is the line here, so I'm going to select on this chained one. I'm going to select on it, or rather I'm just going to go with this one. So I'm going to change the color here. I'm going to use this color, this black color here. And if you want to design the kind of line, because I don't want a long line here, I don't want it that it does a normal line, so I'm going to click on this solid here. I'm going to see all line types here. You can see the zigzag, you can see the zigzag, you can see the wave, you can see all of this. So I want mine to be dashed, small dash like this. Okay, so I'm going to click on it. When you selected this, click this point here and just drag it down, then click, and you're done. Okay, you can come here, click on the wall here, click on the line here, right click on it, go to the move tool. You're going to see drag a copy, and I want to click on this node here, drag it outside and give it a distance of 225. Click enter. So I'm going to have something like this. So I'm going to click on the line tool again, click from this point here and click this one here. Okay, I'm going to click on this, right click, go to move, drag a copy, select this node here and give a distance of 225. Okay, mine is already giving 225 already, so I'm just gonna click. Then I want this side to be closed off. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this line, click on this node, make sure you're selecting stretch. Okay, then click, and I'm going to cut this part out. I'm going to click on this, drag this node to make this one, so here can be like a pillar. I can have a pillar sign here. If you guys want to close this space up, that is where the fill tool enters. So click on the fill tool, click this and select this drafting fill. Hold down space bar on your keyboard, then select this again, come here, select this one and change this to be black. So it's just gonna have that kind of a pillar sign there. Okay, so now I'm just going to do this same line. I'm just going to design it here too. So for the car, I want to show you guys something else. I want to cut this particular line, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select on the line, click the line again, and I'm going to see this insert new node. So I'm just going to stretch the node to where I want the line to be cut. So I'm just going to click this side here. So as you can see, there's already a black node there. So what I want to do is press escape on my keyboard, select the line again. As you can see, the line has been cut from this other one. So I'm going to click on Control. I want to just after I've selected the line, I'm going to right click and go to move, drag a copy, select this node here and just press 225, click enter, and yeah, this is what I want right here. So I'm just going to close this off. Now I want those black spots here. So all those the pillar sign. So what I want to do is just hold down Alt on my keyboard here and select this black node. Sorry, hold down Alt, select this black fill. Okay, now come here, hold down space bar on your keyboard, then select inside here, then select inside here, and you have the car port here. And what we want to do next now is I want to start fixing in the windows and the door, because I'm already done with the plan already. So what remains for me is to fix in the doors and the window. For me to do that now, click on the design and you're gonna see the window tool here. So click on the window, click on the settings dialog, allow it to load, and you can come here and select series of different types of window. I'm going to go to the sliding window here and select this 2/ sliding window 25. I'm going to click on it, go to preview and positioning, and I'm going to come here and change the dimension of the window. I want the dimension of the window to be 750. So I also want the window to be at the center, so I'm going to change this recall. I want the recall to be 69. Okay, it's going to change now. As you can see, it's already at the center. You can give a whatever dimension you want for the recall and also for the window. So now I'm going to click on OK when I'm done, and I'm going to start fixing the window at the right location I want them to be. So I'm just going to hover my cursor, and Archicad is going to give me the middle point of this particular distance from here to here. It's going to give me the middle point. So I'm going to make sure I'm selecting this anchor point center. Okay, I'm going to make sure I'm selecting the center here, and I'm just going to see this line. You're going to see this line here. As you can see, I can see that black line. So just click, and it's going to ask you which direction you want. So just click anyone you want. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this other side and the rest of the drawing. So just keep putting the windows at the right location you want them to be. I want it to have a kind of a simple window. It's not going to be opened. I want the window here to be like 300. So for me to do that, I'm going to go to the window settings here. That's when I click on the window tool here. I'm going to go to the window settings here, and I'm going to look for that exact window. Okay, so I'm going to click on this special window, and I'm going to scroll. Now I want something like this. Okay, I'm going to click on it, come here and change the dimension. I want the dimension to be 300 like I said earlier, and I also want the recall to be 69. I want it to be at the center of the wall. So I'm going to wait for it. It's going to look like this. So I'm going to click on OK, and as at this side here, I'm just going to place it this side here, something small like this. Okay, yes. Now this is actually a duplex design. I'm drawing a 4-bedroom duplex design. So I'm going to fix the step here so they can go up. Now for me to do that, but before I do that, let me fix the window for the toilet. To fix the window for the toilet is very easy. You can click on the window tool here, go to the settings dialog. I'm going to change it to be the sliding window that I used earlier. I want it to be a sliding window. I'm going to change the dimension here to be 600. I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to come here. I'm going to, as you can see, it's actually selecting the center point of the window. So I'm going to click this so it can form, this can be at this corner here. So I'm just going to click, select this, and click. So the windows are now actually at the center. So I'm going to hold down Shift on my keyboard and click these windows and come here to the recall and change it to be 69 and click enter. So it's just going to be at the center. Okay, now what is next now for the drawing? So what is next for the drawing is the doors. I want to place in the doors now. So for you to place in the doors in Archicad, all you need to do is go to the door tool here, click on the settings dialog, and you're gonna come here. You're gonna see a series of different kind of doors you might want, for your drawing. So I'm just going to go with a simple design. I'm just going to go with the Dutch 25 that Archicad is giving me. I'm going to come here. I want to select the kind of style design I want. I want this kind of design. But let me go with this. I'm going to go with style 7. I want to click on this handle. Let me give it a nice knob. Let me give it this knob. Wait. Let me go with this, the 3. And I want to go to the preview and positioning. I want to leave it as this, okay? And I'm going to click on OK. Now I'm going to come to where I want the doors to be open. Now I want to select this. Select this. I want to over my cursor here, click this and allow the door to be open to this direction. Now I forgot to do something earlier on. I want to make sure this room has a demarcation here, like an insert. So I'm just going to hold down Alt here to select on the wall, over my cursor here and drag it to this other side and give it a distance of 900. Click enter, and I'm going to take this up. I want the wall to be at this other side, so I'm going to click this and click this and just click. I'm going to select this and drag this down. I want it to be the same thing to this other one too. But note something. Remember, this wall is 225. Okay, this wall is 225. If you guys check it, the wall thickness is 225. Okay, now I want this wall thickness to be 150 mm. So for me to do that, I'm going to select on the wall, scroll here, and I want to change this one to be 150. Click enter, and as you can see, it's actually slim in size. So I'm going to cut this part out. Okay, I'm going to leave this like this. So I'm just going to hold down Alt on my keyboard, select this door tool and keep drawing. This is 900, so I'm just going to keep drawing like this. Now we all know that the door size for toilet is actually 750, so I'm just going to do that now. I want to click on the door and change it to be 750 here. Click enter, and I'm going to see that's going to be small. So I'm going to hold down Alt on my keyboard, select this dot, and I'm just going to open this particular side here. Yes, I have something like this. Okay, now I'm going to also open this other side here. The entrance, you always use double doors. That's the one of 12 or 15, depending on the kind of design you guys want to use to the building. So for you to do that, just make sure you're clicking on the door tool under design, click on the settings dialog. Now scroll down. You can use this double door asymmetric 25. There's a reason why I'm actually using this. I'm going to change this to be 12. Okay, now I'm going to come here, go to the hinge door settings, and select the kind of design you want. We are using this design, I think. So I'm going to give you an handle. Once you are done here, click on OK and come here. If it's giving you something like this, just change this one here, this anchor point. I like to be here, then click and give the kind of design you guys want to put in. So I'm just gonna go to this other side. I want it to be like this. Okay, yeah, something like this. So we have the entrance. Here's gonna be the sitting room. Here's gonna be the dining. Here's gonna be the kitchen. This is store here. This is the veranda. I'm supposed to cut out this part. Yeah, I'm supposed to cut out this part. Yes, you're supposed to be the veranda. Yeah, here's gonna be the veranda. Here's the visitor's room. This is toilet, and this is the visitor. Here's gonna be the step. I'm gonna park here. This is a little veranda here. So let me try and make an arc here. And I'm going to use a shortcut key now. As you can see, I'm going to use a shortcut key because I don't want to have to be clicking on the line, right click. I'm going to move. I'm trying to drag a copy. I'm also going to use a shortcut key. So I will advise you guys to learn the shortcut key. It's very easy to make your work much more faster. So I'm going to click on this line, Ctrl Shift D, and try and make a copy. Click this, Ctrl Shift D, and try and make another 225 of this. So I have that. So let me try and place the pillar sign. Hold down Alt, select this, hold space bar on your keyboard and select inside here like this. Okay, so now you have something like this, which is actually nice. If you guys want to place a car sign here, all you just need to do is go to the object tool, click on the settings dialog, come here and look for, on the search bar here, come here and look for press car. I like to load, and you're gonna see series of car. I'm going to go with the where is it? I'm gonna go with this luxury car here. I'm gonna click on OK, and I'm going to click inside here, but it's actually facing like this. So I'm gonna click on the car, click this node here, then make a straight line like this, then click, drag it like this, then click. Then it's gonna change to the position you want it to be. So since selecting on the car, I'm going to press Ctrl D. So I'll try to move it inside this port here. So I'm gonna have something like this, as you can see. So now I want to put in the step. For me to put in the step now, I'm going to scroll and I'm going to look for the tier 2. This is tier 2. I'm going to click on this tier 2. I'm going to click on the settings dialog, and I'm going to come here. I want the tier 2 width to be 1000. Click on this. I want to change the stairs. I want the stairs to be 19 stairs. And I'm happy with all this. I don't want to go into this aspect of the explain this aspect of time, but I will advise you guys to check my description. I really explained how to use the tier 2 in Archicad. You can go to the description of the video. You're gonna get everything you guys need. Okay, I'm gonna see the link in the description of the video, and it'll be good. Okay, so I'm just gonna click on OK, and I'm going to start drawing. Let me start drawing. Let me see from this point here. Now let me backspace. I think I made a mistake. This was supposed to be clicked here. Yeah, and I'm going to click this 19 here. So yes, you have something like this. Yes, so you have something like this. You have the stairs, as you can see, 1 2 3. You keep going. This is a landing here. This is another landing here. This means 19 riser and 18 going. Okay, the 19 riser, this is the dimension. The dimension is 158. And the 18 going is 0.288. Is actually in another figure, but if I was to change, let me change my dimension. I want to change my dimension here. I'm just going to change it to be plain millimeter. I'm going to click on OK, and this is going to change. Okay, so it's going to be 158 and 288. Those are where it's supposed to be. Okay, and yeah, you have this now. Let's draw the stair. Yeah, let's draw the first story. Okay, so for us to draw the first story now, what we need to do to draw the first story, go to the first story here, double click on it. Now we're just going to be having this stair here. That's what we're going to be having. But now we want to draw the ground floor. We want to use this design to draw the first story. Now for us to do this, what we need to do is, I'm going to on a particular icon here. This is trace. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to automatically show me how the ground floor looks like. Okay, I can't actually select anything here. Okay, I can't select it. I can't do anything to it. I literally can't make anything about this. Okay, all I can do is just trace out my first story plan on this using this particular design. So what I want to do now is, the first thing I want to do is I want to cantilever. Okay, the side I want the building to be cantilever is where I'm actually going to be focused on. Okay, now remember, cantilever is supposed to be shown. That's the figure of the cantilever supposed to be shown on the ground floor. Now I'm going to start tracing out how I want the building to be cantilevered. So I'm going to go to document tool here, click on this line tool. Make sure you are selecting on this dash small one or any other whatever design you guys want to use here. Okay, now I'm going to select on this change. Okay, I'm just going to start tracing them out. I want this cantilever to start from here, so I'm going to trace it. I'm just going to trace the building. Double click and you're done. So as you can see the trace, if I was to remove this, if I was to untick the trace, I'm going to see that it's already the cantilever and as mentioned. What I'm going to do next now is I want to go to the window here, scroll down to palette, and I'm going to click on this this down here. I'm not going to keep clicking on it. I'm going to select on this control box, and I'm going to select on this line tool, I'm going to hold down this and I'm going to select on this fourth icon here and click this magic wand. Then I'm going to over my cursor here. As you see, as I'm moving my cursor on this thing or inside this thing, this is actually being changed, it's changing to blue. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, stretch it outside, and it's going to ask me a distance, and I want the distance to be 150. I'm going to click on enter. Okay, I'm going to select on this one, on this early one I made earlier. I'm going to select on it, untick this suspend group so you can select everything at once, and I'm going to right click and delete it. Okay, once I've deleted it, I'm just going to cancel this. Once you've done that, I'm going to select on this trace and I'm going to see where to cantilever the drawing now. So I want the cantilever to stop. I'm going to hold down Alt and just make sure that it's been closed off. Okay, now I want us to do another thing now. So I'm going to hold down Marquee 2, highlight this. Okay, press this line 2 here, press Ctrl A on your keyboard, press Ctrl C to copy this dotted line. Okay, now double click on the ground floor, press escape to remove that Marquee 2, then press Ctrl V to paste it and just click outside. You're going to see that it's going to show the cantilevered part of the first story on the ground floor. So this is how to do this in a very easy way. Now let's go to the first story and draw our plan. Now since we already know where our line is being cantilevered, I'm going to go to design, click on the wall tool, and I'm going to start tracing out the wall. I'm going to click this line to be inside, and I'm going to start tracing out the wall with this dotted line. Okay, remember all these walls, they were not cantilevered, so it's just going to be on top of each other. And I'm going to select this side here from where I started and click, and automatically it's going to form all of this. Okay, so now I'm just going to untick this trace. So I'm going to have the first floor already been taken care of, the first part of the first floor been taken care of. So now I'm just going to start tracing out the drawing. So when you guys click, you're going to notice that everything clicked at once. See, when I clicked it, everything clicked at once. That's because I used a chain drawing, a chain tool. Okay, now for me to unchain it, I'm going to click this suspend groups. When I click on the suspend groups, if I click now, it's just going to select a particular wall. Okay, as you can see, it's going to select a particular wall. So let's start trying to design the first floor plan. So you can see I'm almost done with the drawing. Okay, now what remains for us to do now is to start fixing in the windows and the door. Okay, now for us to do that now, remember, just go to the design, click on the door tool here, and we want our doors to be 900. Click enter, and I'm going to start putting them at the right location. Okay, I'm done with all the doors. Now I want to fix in the window. Now you have something like this. Okay, now this is one of the ways you can easily draw a first floor plan much more easier way and a much more faster way. And let me try and go to the ground floor. Okay, I'm going to place I'm going to place the word. Now I want to go to the document tool and click on this text tool here. Click on the A and untick this. I don't want it to be bold. I want the color to be black. Okay, so I also want the dimension. I want the size. I want the size to be 2 mm. Click enter and I'm going to drag it outside, then click. Now this box is going to come outside. I'm going to type sitting room. And click outside, then click this, drag this to be as at this point here. Then I'm going to make another copy of this. I'm going to click this, double click on this, and I'm going to make this. So I want here to be dining. Click and I want to make another copy. Here's going to be the kitchen. Click this, Ctrl Shift D. Let me make it. Here's gonna be the visitors room. I'm going to just name it bedroom. Okay. I'm gonna click on this again, Ctrl Shift D, and I want this side to be. This side is gonna be the toilet / bath. Okay. Click outside. If this thing is too big, if this box is too big, you can always click on the node and make sure you are selecting this stretch. And come here and just stretch it out a little bit, just stretch it to be inside like this, so everything in Archicad can be edited to your taste. Okay, I'm just going to make a copy of this one. This one is the visitors room. This one is also a toilet. I'm just going to name it visitors toilet. And here's the passage. Ctrl E. Remember, I want to try and make it to be slant. Double click on this and let's name this one to be passage. Okay, click outside and that has changed. Click this, Ctrl Shift D to make a copy of this, and click this one here, Ctrl E to rotate it to your choice. Double click on this and change this to be store. Alright, now you have something like that, and you do the same thing for the first story. Okay, now if you guys want to dimension, the room you're actually creating, you can come to the document tool here, click on this dimension tool, click on the settings dialog. You can come here and change the kind of the one you guys want here. I'm just going to click on this, okay, and click on this and click on OK. Now for it to dimension, you're going to select 2 points select this point and this point, right click, click on OK, and they're gonna see this thing is gonna come outside. So thus we're gonna show you guys which angle you guys want to place the dimension. So I want the dimension to be placed here. So as you can see, this is 3075. You can do the same thing. Click on the 2 points you guys want to dimension, and you're gonna have this. Now for you to dimension the outer part, all you just need to do is click this point. I'm gonna click this one also. I have to click this. Sorry, if you make a mistake, like just untick by clicking it back. Click this one too, and you come and select. Just keep selecting the points you want to dimension. Make sure you guys are clicking it properly. You can zoom in the way you want to. I'm going to click this also. Then I'm going to right click on OK. I'm going to stretch it like this. Make sure you're actually stretching it the right way, so you guys don't make any mistake like this. Okay, so make sure you're stretching it the right way, then click. As you can see, it's going to dimension every part of the drawing you selected. So that's one of the ways to do it. If you guys ever want to learn more about dimension, you guys can check in the description below. You guys are going to see the video of how it looks like, the video on how it looks like. So this is one of the ways you can do this in Archicad. Okay, if you guys want to export this drawing out, you guys want this colored design, maybe you guys just want it to be white, all you need to do is just go to the design tool here, click on your marquee tool, highlight this particular drawing you made. Now click on the wall tool, press Ctrl A on your keyboard. Now come to this generic here and change this to be S-piece frame. Once that is done, press escape, and you're gonna have this. Okay, now once you've done this, what you just need to do is click on this marquee tool. Now maybe you guys want the drawing to be printed from this particular point here to this point here. Okay, as you can see, the marquee tool is actually there. So come to this file here, click save as, click this page option. You can click this and change it to be any kind of size you want, depending on the kind of depending on how you want to print it out. So I'm going to select on the A3. Okay, make sure you're selecting on the I'm going to select on the maybe landscape or portrait. Okay, so if you want to be on landscape, fine. If you want to be on portrait, is your choice. Okay, so I'm going to click on the landscape and click on OK. But because of my drawing is actually it's like a portrait kind, I'm going to select on the portrait, click on OK. Now click on document options. Now select this marquee area, click fit to page, and if you want it to be colored, you are good. You can select on the color, but I want mine to be black and white. And you can select the scale. I'm using scale 1:100, and I want to click on OK. Now you can click on the desktop and you can select the name you guys want to. This is the ground floor. This is the ground floor plan, and I want it to be saved at the desktop. Okay, I'm just going to click save. Now it's going to load, and I'm going to press escape on my on Archicad. And please note, this particular drawing is actually if I right click and I click on this line width, you're gonna see, if I zoom in very well, you're gonna see how the drawing actually looks like. And I actually made a video on this particular line width. Okay, so you guys should check the video in the description below. You guys are going to get what you guys need. So I'm going to minimize this now, and let's look for it. This is it here. This is the ground floor plan. I'm going to double click to open it, so you guys can see how it actually looks like. And boom, so this is how it's going to look like. Okay, just the way you draw it. Okay, so I did a lot of explanation on true line width. You guys should go and check about how that looks like. This is how the drawing looks like in 3D aspect of the drawing. As you can see, this is one of the ways you guys do this. This is how it's going to look like. Okay, as you can see, this is how it looks like in the 3D aspect. Remember, this is the kitchen. Okay, and this is how it's going to look like. Okay, thank you for watching my video. If my video has been of any help to you, kindly subscribe, comment and like, and I will see you in other tutorial videos. Thank you.